It's weird. Last night was easily the latest I had gone to bed since probably Super Bowl Sunday. And I don't feel as tired as I thought I would be. I don't know, watching movies really does mess up my sleep schedule somewhat to the point where I should be tired, but I'm not. Ah, boy. All I know is that last night was fun, and I did say I was going to talk about Margot Robbie being on Hot Ones today, which I will be getting into in a few minutes. What else? Yeah, honestly, I was actually sort of in a real panic last night because, everybody was saying, "Oh, you better be careful on the roads. It's gonna snow. It's gonna be really bad in the morning." And I'm literally looking out the window right now, and something is falling from the sky. Only it's not snow. In fact, it's rain. We got a lot of rain. Which, rain I could sort of, take or leave. But this time of year, I'll definitely take it over snow. If you gotta drive, you can easily navigate through rain a lot easier than snow. And, So, if students and faculty were looking for a snow day today, that's not gonna happen. Whatever snow was there yesterday I'm looking outside, it's almost completely gone. There's one pile of snow in this giant parking lot over there that I'm looking at. But other than that, nothing. Nothing is there. Nothing at all. We went from having, I think we had an inch of snow yesterday, but then we just had nothing else. And then because it got warm and everything. But again, everyone's saying oh, it's gonna be snowing, it's gonna start tonight. Substitute rain for snow, and yes, it is snowing very heavily. In the end though, I want to say it's a sign of good thing. From what I hear, the groundhog did not see a shadow. So maybe that's kind of why we're sort of getting the weather that we are. Let's be honest, does anyone really pay attention to the groundhog anymore? Really? I think the one time and here's the thing, I only know about the significance of Groundhog Day because of that one cartoon, Little Bear. Anyone remember Little Bear? Oh, I remember really liking that cartoon because it was simple, it was quiet, it featured animals, that was really cool. Little Bear was awesome. Though, I never hear it being talked about anymore. It's not celebrated like Blue's Clues or Dora the Explorer. Again, at my age, there's no way I should be watching any of these shows. Because, Little Bear was on Nick Jr. Is he even still called Nick Jr. anymore? I don't know. But, yeah. This was, Yeah, Little Bear was awesome. Yeah. Though, oh, right, I was going to talk about, for a second I forgot what I was talking about. Yes, Little Bear, where I learned the significance of Groundhog Day. Actually, I remember that episode all too. I remember that episode a lot because that was one they showed quite a bit. Basically, the main characters are trying to get the groundhog in the sunlight, but he's trying to sleep or whatever because apparently they're hibernating. The groundhog was hibernating. I don't know. And then they finally get him in the sun. They wake him up through the process. And he's like, "Do you see a shadow?" "No." "Well, neither do I." So then he begrudgingly goes back to sleep or whatever. That's weird. I knew a lot of mammals hibernate this time of year, but I didn't know that the groundhog was one of them. Oh. Well. Okay, now there's the tiredness starting to sink in. Good morning and happy Friday, everybody. Well, as of right now, I can definitely get a few things out of the way. First things first. If you are Christian or Catholic, this is your third to last Friday before you can not have any meat on Fridays anymore until mid-April. So be sure to get your fix in now. I know I'm going to try and do that. I mean, again, for me, even though I do everything I want to do, I'm still going to feel really downtrodden when we get to that fated time and I'm like, no, I could have done more. Why did I not do more? So that always tends to happen to me. Other than that, we have 3 weeks until Rita's opens again. I'm super excited. Cannot wait for that. Again, I should probably consider having maybe 1 or 2 of my courts at some point. I mean, again, I have until the 28th, so I have time. I just gotta make sure that, I should try and ration it. This is easily the longest period of time Ria's has gone without being open. Like, I remember they would close, the very first weekend of, December. But then, this past November, they had to close early because of, the impending weather. Which, to be fair, we did sort of get. But I still think they could have been open a little bit longer. Not that I'm complaining. The wait is almost over. I waited the vast majority of November, all of December, all of January. I can wait till the rest of February. Technically, as of today, we're 1/4 of the way. Well, technically, no, we're not because it's 29 days here in February instead of the usual 28 because it's a leap year. So, as of, actually, I'm trying to do the math in my head. As of 6 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, we'll be 1/4 of the way through February. So, roughly 24 hours from the time this video was recorded. Anyway, enough talking about that. Let's get into the main event. That's talking about Hot Ones. Yes, the Hot Ones episode yesterday, which featured Margot Robbie. It was the very first episode of season 11. We're already 11 seasons in. Way to go to the good people over Hot Ones. It was so good to see you guys again. Glad to see you're all doing well. Not that I think any of the good people over at First We Feast and Hot Ones are watching these videos, but at the same time, I'm glad that they're doing well. It looks like, it seems that they're back in tour de force. It was very evident that as long of a break in between seasons as it was, it definitely showed that they need it because they're definitely back in a, again, for lack of a better word, in a tour de force kind of manner, because you would normally suspect the fact that, okay, they're just sort of, just going through the motions at the back. No, it really does feel like they're as energized and ready to go as they always have been, which is nice. I like that. Sean Evans has always been a great showman. He's been a great wingman for those. Wingman. Or actually, I meant to say corner man, but wingman is always nice when tackling the wings of death. And here's the thing, Margot Robbie struggled a lot in this episode. 4 wings in and she was already starting to feel the strain. Which, she succeeded and she did great. Let's be honest, even though we say there's no shame in backing out, why else? You don't have the wall of shame if there's no shame in backing out. That's just not how it works. But, yeah, Margot Robbie was awesome. And, you did learn a lot of neat facts about that. You learn how difficult it was for her to be fighting in roller skates, as you see in Birds of Prey. I don't really think that's a spoiler. Let's see. Here's one thing I learned about Margot Robbie I wouldn't have otherwise already known. Margot Robbie is actually allergic to chicken egg whites. Which you're probably thinking, if you see the movie Birds of Prey, you'll know that Harley Quinn has a love of of egg sandwiches. Not gonna lie, I like a good egg sandwich myself. So how was she able to eat it? They actually had to use duck eggs instead. Hey, listen, if it's a bird and it can lay eggs, you can technically eat it. I mean, there's like a Bon Appetit video which featured like 12 kinds of eggs that people eat. Not just from birds, but from other animals as well. They did chicken eggs, quail eggs, ostrich eggs, duck eggs. They did salmon roe, caviar, lobster roe, snail eggs. Oh yeah, there's a lot of eggs you can eat. Pheasant eggs. Actually, I should probably put a link in the description below, since I'm talking about that. Yeah, that was actually a really fun video to watch, I'm not gonna lie. But yes, what else did we learn from watching Hot Ones? I'm sorry, I can't remember what else. I should be remembering a lot more. One of the questions Sean did ask is, do you know what this phrase in Australia means? Oh, another thing I learned was, Margot Robbie used to be on a soap opera, and believe it or not, she talked about the stipulations of quote unquote killing off a character. And in this case, they didn't want to do that for the show she was on. So they said she'll move to America. And she's been there ever since because they haven't asked her to be back on. So that's kind of neat. So yeah, all in all, this was a really great, fun episode of Hot Ones. Pretty obvious. I can't wait to see what episode happens next or who they get. I mean, again, whenever I make that video of, Hot Ones guests that I want to see, I never know what to expect. I mean, for starters, I definitely try and make sure that, like, the guests I had in one video, I don't say in another, vary and switch it up. Plus, it gives you an opportunity to look up more of my content, just saying. And in the end, I definitely just want to make sure that of course I'm going to be thrilled if I'm actually right about any of them. I think the one time I've ever really been right is I wanted to see Alton Brown on Hot Ones, and it ended up happening. But that's literally been like the only time I've ever been right. Like ever. And again, as Sean Evans has said many times, they get requests to have so-and-so on Hot Ones all the time. I'm certainly not going to be a part of that, just because why would I potentially bring up an idea as to who another Hot Ones guest should be that someone's already that dozens of people have already brought up in the past? In the end, Hot Ones gets whoever they get. So if it turns out that I make the video of Hot Ones guests that I want to see and none of them end up being featured in the season whatsoever, I really don't get that upset. Really, I don't. In fact, I'll be perfectly honest. From the last time I did that video, which might have been like in January, at some like mid-January, I completely forgot who I said I wanted to be featured on Hot Ones. I really did. It's not like I didn't completely forget. There are some people I remember guessing who should be on Hot Ones. But I don't pay that much attention to it where, like, if they appear on Hot Ones, I'm probably easily going to remember that I said that. Other than that, I'm not really going to be worried or complain whoever they get. I'm good. I'm flexible like that. Just like apparently a lot of the birds of prey are flexible when it comes to fighting. That was really cool. You know, outside of, I mean, I talked about how my cousin likes to dress up as Maleficent. Another one of her favorite characters is Harley Quinn. So, to my cousin out there, and you know who you are, you're going to love Birds of Prey. The Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. So, yeah, wow, that's still a very long movie title, I'm not going to lie. Definitely a lot of syllables anyway. Yeah, so Hot Ones is back. I'm excited. Be sure to get your meat fix in today if you're Catholic. You know, you only have 3 Fridays, including today, to make sure you're able to do it, so make sure you do. Hey, if you need any ideas, you know, I'm going to be going to Bernie Murray's and get myself some wings. That's a good place to start. Get yourself a burger, maybe. Meat Lovers Pizza. Spaghetti and meatballs and meat sauce. That would be a bad idea. You know, make mac and cheese and put bacon in it. That wouldn't be a bad idea. Well, pretty much anything involving bacon is not a bad idea, so there's that. Lots of options. Just make sure you're able to do it now, though. Don't got much time left. Hey, listen, I'm going to keep bringing that up until Lent starts, and it'll be a rough time. Although looking back on it, I'm just realizing, of course, Rita's would open right when Lent starts, or right after Lent starts. Well, not that I can play. I mean, Rita's is Italian ice and frozen custard. They don't serve meat. Probably for the best. Like, favorite, share, hit the subscribe button, follow me on the social media platforms, turn on notifications on YouTube. I am very humbled to make this video for you guys who are watching the show today. Hopefully you have a wonderful Friday. And remember, I want to talk, share, most of the year, always have your back. Take care, make good choices, and stay tuned for tomorrow because I get to make my first XFL picks. See ya.